Askmen. What would you do if you woke up in the middle of the night to your so masturbating in bed beside you? I always make a pact with my partners that if one of us wakes up horny, we have pre-approved consent to molest the other. It works great. I'm competitive, so I try and beat her at her own game. Tell her to keep it down, I'm trying to sleep. Player 2 has joined the game. Well, I'm single, so I would probably scream and call the cops. Ask if she needs a hand. Nothing. If she wanted to fuck, she would have woke me up. Self-service hits different, and sometimes that's just what you need. I would begin the process of having sex with her. Every time I see questions like this, I imagine a neckbeard behind the screen furiously masturbating while reading the answers. Let her finish. If she wanted me involved, she would have woke me. That is hot as hell. Instant ticket to Pound Town. Ask if I can help. You really going American Beauty on me, babe? Roll over and go back to sleep. I obviously wasn't invited to this party, and we all need some alone time. I would probably cry myself back to sleep. Since she so rarely wants to have sex, discovering that she's been holding out in this way would be devastating. She's already given me pre-approval to masturbate in bed next to her, because she doesn't want to be involved. Consequently, I have occasionally stroked, but I won't come there. Kiss her neck and squeeze her boobs while occasionally whispering how sexy she is. My late wife had plenty of wet dreams in her time. There were more than a few times when I would wake up with her humping my thigh in her sleep. The first time it happened, I threatened to fuck her awake the next time it happened. She called my bluff, and demanded I put my money where my mouth was. Let's just say things got interesting after that. Pull out my phone, get on Reddit, and beg a bunch of strangers for advice. After being married 15 years, probably nothing. Early in the marriage, I would have definitely offered my services. I'd start masturbating, too. Lots of PPL do this, BC they can't sleep and want to get off and pass out quickly. Roll over and go back to bed. Waking up in the middle of the night just to fuck makes it so I can't fall back asleep for hours afterwards. I've been that way since I first started having sex. I just can't get tired afterwards. No matter what. And #X200B. Last time we did, I laid in bed for over 2 hours before I managed to fall asleep, only for the alarm clock to wake me up an hour later. Apparently the answer to this is headbutt her in the back, make some clumsy attempt to grab her boobs, and fall back asleep. Yeah, I don't do so well when my sleep is disrupted. My so did this when we basically lived together during self-isolation last week. I didn't mind and just went back to sleep. If he needed a hand, or mouth, he would have asked me. I respect him for letting me sleep and respecting my boundaries. Go back to sleep. Tell him to be quiet. Smile and wink. I've legitimately heard this happen to couples, and I dunno, man, seems kinda creepy to me, to just be chugging away whilst your partner is unconscious next to you. I know people might not mean any harm, but it's just weird to me. Just my opinion, I'm not trying to shame. Sounds like an old-fashioned jerk-off. I tell my wife to get the fuck back to her room, and never do that shit again because I'm trying to sleep and I have shit to do in the morning. Put on my robe and wizard hat, flip the pillow over to the cold side, and continue sleeping. The wizards at r/am I the asshole had just such a post and decided the lady's SO was a horrible creep. Had this happened before? When I found out, I was immediately turned on and joined. Help them. Me and my girlfriend are really close, except she's going through transitioning, so she wouldn't be doing this for a while, and the quarantine exists, but ignoring all of those, we are genuinely loving with each other, and I don't think she'd have that much of a problem with me getting involved. Help her finish for sure. I'd ask her where the hell she gets off doing that. But obviously it was next to me in bed, so pretend to be waking up but not quite there. Groggily make overtures about if they're doing anything. I'm happy to help. Kick her out of bed. Yell. This is Sparta. I'm not a guy, but TBH I'd join in, lol. I'd tell her to rub one out for me as well. Leave her to do her thing, I guess. If she wanted me to get involved, pretty sure she'd wake me up. I'd probs ask if she needed an extra hand, or assist with some toys. I'd even offer to finish her off, or just join her until we both finish. Suck her tits, cause I know it helps her get off when she is playing with herself. Fuck her, She's gotten herself ready already. Player 2 has joined the game. Make her an offer she couldn't refuse. Eat the groceries. Put the penis in. Ask if she wants some help finishing. If not, go back to sleep. If she wakes me up a second time, tell her to go finish somewhere else so I can sleep. Why the hell is the subreddit obsessed with sex? It's like you want commenters to start writing erotica for you. How many different ways can you even answer this question? Watch them from the cupboard. Asking for a friend. I could just watch, telling her how hot this is. I could bite her ear, while whispering filthy thoughts. I could also ask what she's currently thinking about it and start playing with those thoughts and add to them. I may also ask if I can assist, with my mouth or fingers, or both. I could also grab a toy. I could also show her how hard I am and hint on the idea, looking at my bulge. Depending on she might actually be punished for not asking in the first place. I demand she stops immediately. I know how frustrating and cruel this is, but all pain suffered will eventually turn into pleasure. I'd make it a point to make up earlier than usual, as silent as possible, and have her eyes open to my tongue slowly caressing her clit. Some of you are saying join in, while others are saying mind your own business. Sometimes you just want to masturbate alone. You can just start kissing your partner's neck and touching their body while they do it. You don't need to take away from the personal moment to make it more enjoyable. Watch her for a bit, making sure she knows I'm awake. Go for a kiss while she's doing it, and I'd start doing it too. Just feel sorry for the vibrator and roll over and go back to sleep. Factors to determine answer: how long have we been together and how attracted am I to her at this point? Lol. According to half my married guy friends, you ignore it and go back to sleep. LOL. Ask her why the hell she didn't wake me up? I would be very confused as to why there is some stranger masturbating next to me in my bed. Eat her pussy? Help her/him finish. Masturbate with them. A gentleman always helps a lady reach an orgasm. Marry her probably. I would join for course. Roll over and go back to sleep. Gently caress her back, wait for it to arch, and then either coitus or cunnilingus. Or just hold her while she climaxes. What I do whenever that happens, I'd ask if she'd like some help. I'd say need a hand? Stay quiet to not disturb her and enjoy the event. She probably just couldn't sleep. Masturbating is a great way to knock you out real quick. No big deal. Without a word, go down on her. Ah. It was you, closet monster. Thought for a second that I had so. Let's fondle our fidgets together. Happened to me once and I did the most alpha thing that a man can do in that situation. I pretended I was still asleep and didn't notice anything because I was too sleepy/tired to help her, and I didn't want to make it awkward for her. Want some help with that? No, okay. Try to keep it down over there. Yes, let's go. I didn't notice lol. Obviously I'd get in his lap and start jerking with him, maybe even fall back asleep on him afterward. Act like I don't notice anything and go back to sleep. Join in? Provide assistance. What else? 1. Join. I read your history. There is nothing to lose tbh, he's not gonna leave you and be like, why you horny? I'm leaving, no. That's not gonna happen. Worst case scenario. He goes back to sleep. Best case scenario. I'll leave it to your imagination. I read your history. There is nothing to lose tbh, he's not gonna leave you and be like, why you horny? I'm leaving, no. That's not gonna happen. Worst case scenario. He goes back to sleep. Best case scenario. I'll leave it to your imagination. Help if I wasn't sleepy. Get back to sleep if I was sleepy. Don't come on me. Code is probably. It's go time. This actually happened a few weeks ago. To be honest, I was slightly annoyed at waking up because I was tired and we both had work the next day. But he asked me to help him, so yes, I did. Oof. Nothing. I'd give an award if I could. This made me laugh. I don't laugh very easily. Good job. Asking for a friend? Have her keep going, then join. Assist, then see what develops. I get on top of her and give her good drilling. I wish. Ask if I can join in, whether for full-on sex or just some mutual masturbation depending on his mood. Probs play supporting act. Give neck kisses and body touches and stuff. If he wants to take it further, I'm down. Unless I'm not down, then I'd just go to sleep again. I'd ask her to keep the noise down. Options: join and let them finish, then join and go back to sleep. Watch, start myself, snuggle/horny snuggle, encouragement, pretend to not see and sleep. Listen. Depends how sleepy I am and whether they want me there really. If I'm too tired, I'd go to sleep. I've been hornily awoken before and I literally cannot stay awake for sexy times, and I just pass back out. But if I am awake enough, I'd like the option to join in, but I can appreciate sometimes you just gotta do one to satisfy yourself. Want me to join, or is this a solo mission? I'd hop on, give her a hand, help him out, ask if she needs a hand, or a dick, or both. I can't get her off that easily, so I'd probably leave that part to her. Though I imagine she would want me throttling so I could choke her one hand, and jack off and come on her face with the other. Join in? Would explain why I was stirring mac and cheese in my dream. Let them, and go back to bed. Take over and ask for mutual attention. Tell them not to get any on the sheets. Depends. Most likely, I'll tell her to be quiet, I want to sleep. However, if I feel really horny, I might give her a hand. You do it for her. Noob. Give her a helping hand, or a helping dick, smiley face. If I'm up for it, I'd offer assistance. Otherwise, I'd pretend I'm still sleeping as to not disturb them. I would fuck the living shit out of her. Assuming she isn't looking at content that would upset me to see used as material, like her new guy friend, I'd join in on the fun. Admit I was having an affair. Ask whether she wants help or if she wants to do anything. That shit turns me on. Happened once to me. Go back to sleep. Dang girl, wet road conditions tonight. Do what any other self-respecting man would do and ask if she needs any help. Removed. Bring in the other ladies. Would you care for the real thing? Fuck her twat with my cock. That depends. Are her eyes open and she's looking right at me? If that's the case, call a priest and get her the fuck out. If she's turned away and her eyes are closed, go back to sleep. It's none of my business, you do you, girl. My wife has seen some shit. Nicey. Grab the camera and start taking pictures. Me? Call the police. Press charges for indecent exposure and sexual assault. No woman would ever volunteer herself for the position of my so. The person masturbating next to me is an intruder. I'll act accordingly, which includes a fedora and a stainless steel samurai sword that I keep nestled under my crusty socks next to my bed, just in case a woman tries to take my virginity.